now we're actually able to talk about characters. And you know what? That's kind of great. Now, everybody's got their own character sheet.
If you haven't, copy and paste and make one.
Yep.
Been there, done that.
Everyone's taking care of that. I am sharing mine on the screen, but everyone else's will be available for public access, I believe. I believe our Google Docs directory is all public read and only right for us. So
I am about to double check that.
Double check it, but I think that's the case. So now that we know more about what the kingdom is and what cool places there are and what is important, let's talk about our characters. Now we can proceed in a sensible way. I'm going to ask you a question, and it's not going to be your name. I'm going to tell you up front, your name is not what I'm going to ask you. You can think about that and let that gel in your mind as we sort of work things out. What I'm going to ask you first is, what is your role? Now, there are 3 roles in Kingdom. Only 3, right? We don't have dice to resolve things. We don't have, sort of comparing numbers. What you're able to do in terms of narrative control over the story is determined by your role. There are 3 roles. 1 is power. A role with power has the authority over the kingdom. You are going to decide what the kingdom does and what it doesn't do. That is your power, right? Alternately, your role could be perspective. You understand the kingdom, both its merits and flaws. You can foresee the consequences of the decisions the kingdom makes. That basically lets you make predictions about outcomes of the crossroads that we eventually come up with. That's really, really powerful. You would think that the power is the ultimate power of all things. It's not true. They get to decide what happens, but they don't get to decide necessarily what happens as a result of that decision. Only the perspective can do that. Thirdly, the third role is the touchstone. You reflect the desires of the people of the kingdom. When you say, this is how I feel about what's going on, that's really how everybody feels. Your attitudes show us what the populace wants and how they're reacting to what's happening. That sounds kind of pussy after hearing about, you get the authority over the kingdom, or, you get to basically predict the future. It's not. And let me tell you why. Because the touchstone has the power and authority in the mechanics to check an extra box on the crisis progression. When crisis reached maximum, the kingdom basically explodes. It has probably come to an end. Right? Keeping the people on your side is awesome. And to keep the people on your side, you have to keep people with the touchstone role on your side. Because remember, what they believe and desire is what the people believe and desire. Have I mentioned that this game is a lot about bribery and manipulation? Maybe I hadn't. Let me throw that out there for you.
Yeah.
That's that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's part of why I love it. No dice, no resolution in that sense, but yeah. So let's go. I think I've actually decided. Usually I go for I usually start with a touchstone, but that's not what I want to do today. I think I want to be perspective today. I think that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be perspective. So I'm going to be one of the people who can tell you how the outcome of what we decide is going to be. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's look at the key. She's like, what?
Okay, you meant me, not like the key.
That's correct, because we're not playing, solar system or we're determining keys.
I didn't realize I warranted a
I was
V.
confused for a moment
Alright.
myself. Anyway.
It's okay. Kiyomi.
I think I'll do something different today.
Holy crap! You're gonna do something different?
I don't believe I've done Touchstone before.
I don't think you ever have.
Well,
Today's the day, is what you're telling me. All right.
Yep. For
Fantastic.
now, anyway.
And the way I've been marking it is just making it bold and italics underneath, whatever. All right, so you're going to be... I'm going to be perspective. I'm actually going to put this on our table.
Got it. Mostly, I think, maybe. If my computer ever wakes up.
Oh, see, I was putting it in column 3. But there you go. All right. Eric.
Power.
Eric wants power.
I thought this table was for the 2 locations we could normally be found.
Nope. Locations were above.
Sure. I'm gonna truncate it there, because why not?
All right. Eric wants to be the power. That's going to be exciting. Spencer, what you feeling?
I want to go perspective.
Really?
Yeah, I've been power before. It's kind of boring, I'll be honest.
2
I want to
perspectives.
try perspective.
All right. Todd, my good man.
I think I want to go Touchstone.
It's good stuff. We're going to be having you express the emotions and feelings of the people. This is going to get weird. I love it. And Terry.
Well, let's flesh it out. I'll go with power.
He wants the power. I love it when new players take power. I love it. The wonderful thing about authority. Actually, we probably do need one more column in this table. Luckily, I can make that happen.
You can get it.
Yeah, I got it. I just need to insert a column right. There we go. And that'll be where our location is. The first one will be what the character's name is. You know what? Now that we've kind of figured out what our place is, let's do concepts, and then we'll do concept and name at the same time. Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
Sound good. All right. I'm actually going to take... See, here's the thing. I have to decide if I want to be a member of the Langstroth family. I do. I'm going to play Harlan Langstroth, who is basically one of the researchers down in Hole P. Not Hole P. Down in, what did we call it? L7. And I'm not going to take that as my location, however. I'm actually going to take the Waggle as the location you can usually find him. He's not the head researcher. He's just a mid-level researcher with his finger. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Just doing the business. Perhaps later, something more will come of him if the opportunity comes up. But right now, he's not a particularly notable member of anything, except for the fact that he is a Langstroth. And apparently...
Now, don't you get 2 locations?
No, you've already got your 2... You only get 1 location where you're likely to be found. You're right. You know what? You are correct. But we haven't got there yet. Sorry. Okay. Let's do this in order. Let's do this right. Concept is what we're doing. Name and concept. And that's on your character sheet. So, Harlan Langstroth is my name. Concept is researcher. Key?
Okay. My character's name is Mellifera Lorraine Langstroth.
Okay.
The Lorraine only matters if you've researched the Langstroth family, the real one. And she's not the next in line to be the head of the family. She's kind of one of the spare daughters.
Uh-huh.
She's Plan B.
Yes.
Plan B?
Exactly. Thank you.
High five.
It's unavoidable in this game, in this setting.
Cool. And you're
She's particularly interested in the deeper connection that humans can have with bees. Take that as you will.
Or we will.
I'm sure she... No.
She's all about the people.
She's all about feeling up the people. All right, Eric. Concept. Name.
Name first, Trefine Langstroth.
Trefine.
Trephine.
Oh, good.
If there's only one of them, he's atrophied.
No.
All right.
Concept, he is a yeah, let's just say it. He is the head researcher into more surgical bee alterations,
I see.
more experimental interventions. He's the mad scientist,
Oh,
as close as we get.
oh dear. And technically one of Harlan's bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
It's
boy.
like you think you're me, Eric.
We'll see.
All right, Spencer.
Have you put that into the table, Eric?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a bit of a story to tell.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
I love stories. It's a short one though. I had Chinese for lunch, and this was my fortune cookie here. My fortune. It says, "Indulge your ambitious nature." Now I have a strict rule that I will never do what a fortune cookie tells me. So I am I'm going to be Peter Quintus Jared Langstroth, and I am the oldest member of the Langstroth family, quite noticeably and obviously mad. I just kind of wander around talking to air. It's delicious. It's wonderful.
And perspective.
And I'm perspective.
Oh god.
Apparently, the air is a good conversationalist.
Well, and the best part is it's a matriarchal society, so I'm not ever in charge of anything. I'm just there.
Wow. Okay. Todd.
All right. I am Johnstone Oldman.
Mm.
Not a Langstroth.
Yeah, I got a whole chunk of text here. He's the author of the Human League Manifesto, No More Than Human, a treatise on the importance of genetic purity and the evolutionary superiority of pure-blooded Homo sapiens.
Okay.
That should all go into your character sheet.
Yeah, that
It is.
okay. Like, all right.
Along here, then.
Okay, on the sheet up here on the table, I'm just going to shorten that to.
Actually, that's going to be your location slot. So that's cool. You're head of the Human League. Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah. So, where do you want me to put that? Under his name, perhaps.
No, just not at all.
Yeah, it's okay. It'll
We
go
don't need
on.
it in the table.
It'll
We,
go on
we
the
want
sheet.
the name.
Where'd I go?
Oh,
Yeah.
eliminated.
Okay, might have to add that back in. I think I was trying to delete the empty row.
I will take care of it.
Undo.
I tried undo, it didn't do.
There.
Well, yeah, that's because we didn't make the delete. Todd
All
did.
right.
He needs to undo.
Not me.
I got you. It's all good. It's all good. All right. Let's just slot that in there.
There we go.
And he
Touchstone.
is a touchstone. Wow. That means that's
Of course, you can usually find him in the cave.
all right. We'll deal with locations here momentarily. That's actually our next step. All right, Terry.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to be. Oops. We can type really.
Oops, I'm not in the way.
Oh, Zachariah. Langstroth. Non-Langstroth people. Interesting. All right.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be Zachariah is basically the unofficial leader of the drones that work for the Langstroths.
Oh, cunning.
Very.
And a power.
Yeah, he's apparently the union boss. I love this. This is awesome.
There you go.
How could this possibly go wrong? All right. Now, yes, as I was reminded, now that we've got our concepts in place, now we picked 2 locations where our character could be found from the list of kingdom locations. Say what you do in these locations or why you picked them. This is going to go fairly straightforwardly, I have no doubt. In fact, we'll just go down the list.
Notice that they're numbered. You don't have to put the whole name.
Or I could just put the name so that we could read them.
Yeah.
Crazy talk. One moment. All right, so the reason that Harlan might be found in L7 is obvious. Obvious reason is obvious. That's where he works. Why he's found in the Waggle, well, he really likes dancing. In fact, that's part of his field of research, to understand how bees communicate through the physical intermediary of dance. And watching and even manifesting some social experimentation in that field, also getting laid. Big deal. So, hanging out in the Waggle. Key?
Sorry, I'm editing my concept.
What's the cactus gardens all about? What happens there? Who wrote that?
I wrote
That's key. It's a garden with cactus.
I
This is the garden of
I
cactus?
just figured there had to be some kind of plant life for the bees.
Is this like the Langstroth's own personal gardens, or is it like a public place?
I'm gonna say it's a public place, but maintained by the family.
It's part of the hive, but it's public access.
It's like a park, but different. Question mark. Actually, no, it's like a park. I'm gonna go with that.
It uses very little water.
We're
Okay.
in the desert, I think.
Mm.
Are we in the desert?
Well, it's desert.
It's hot. It's desertish.
Could be forest. It's hard to
Well,
say.
it's not hot anymore, though. If we
Yeah.
had the-
Deserts aren't about heat.
Did we
yeah,
say
it's arid.
okay? The Queen's Chamber is part of L7,
It's next to.
or
Yeah, it's nearby. It's part of the laboratory suite, but it's not. Yeah, so it will be nearby L7.
okay?
I'm going to rename the family dining suite just the family dining hall. That makes more sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
The manly pea hall and the family bee hall.
All right, Key. Rock out with your locations. And now I have a question for Todd, because I have to touch base on something, but you first.
I'm typing. Like it.
Okay.
Alex always with the touching.
I know, I'm always with the touching and the licking and the headbutting. Complicated.
I said like, not lick, but I guess you can if you want to.
It was awkward meeting him for the first time. Headbutting.
Oh, sorry, I misplaced that apostrophe.
I'm just being me, mostly.
All right, Key.
Oh, do I have to say it out loud? I guess I do.
Yeah.
I
Only
like to.
recording.
I like to go to the Queen's Chamber and commune with them. And- And I'm morbid and weird, so I like to hang out at the catacombs and talk to my dead relatives.
That
Find the people are a
They
bit
don't
morbid and
judge me.
weird.
seems reasonable.
Because they don't judge me.
Before we go on to Eric's locations, and since he's already written them down, that'll make it quick. Todd, I have a question.
Hit me.
Johnston Oldman. All right, one of the things that we need as kingdom characters, dramatis personae, is an investment in maintaining the kingdom, in actually the kingdom continuing. So I love the idea that the guy that opposes the essential idea of the Langstroth family has a personal investment in maintaining the continuance of the kingdom itself, of the city or hive or whatever you want to call it. I'm just
Except that he's really only concerned with the humans.
okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's cool. I like it. I'm good. That's all I needed. I'm on board.
So he wants
Just
to
making sure that's clear.
continue,
Yeah,
but he's not all up with the bee supremacy and the beeple.
kind of.
Yeah, I consider the bees an abomination, a usurpation of human primacy.
That's probably not wrong. Gotta just throw that out.
Documentably not wrong.
Yeah.
It's definitely not wrong according to Microscope.
Yeah. All right, Eric. Locations.
Oh, Trifane can be found in the family dining hall, where he takes all his meals because they know what he likes, and the L7 lab,
All right.
where horrible things are done.
2 and
Are they really that horrible?
Yes, they are.
They're horrible-ish. I mean, Google the name.
Spencer? Where can Peter Quintus Jared Langstroth be found?
They're probably mostly
Well-
volunteers.
Yeah, maybe. He likes to spend time in the catacombs, much like Mellifera. Mostly, again, to talk to dead relatives. You know, his past wife and all his brother husbands. And then also the family dining hall. It's just kind of he is.
A lot of action there.
No, I know he's old. He doesn't do much. He
I
wanders
have a
around.
question for Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Is your name a reference to trepanation?
It's a reference to a tool used in cutting holes in skulls.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
This always happens. You guys and your mad science. Todd, where can you be found?
Well, the number one location is the cave, of course. That's where we have our underground meetings and where I write my manifestos and speak my florid visionary speeches.
Right.
I think this is kind of a tough call, but I think I'm going to make the second one the Rusty Nail.
Oh.
Because that is where I make deals with black market, supporters and merchants in order to provide arms to the rebel army.
And keep your finger on the pulse of the people. I get it. It's down. I'm good.
And union bosses, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Sure, why not?
No comment.
Except it's your turn to comment, Terry.
Well, Zachariah can be found in Hall P because that's where his people sleep and live and spend their off time. So he's got to be there to advise them, to guide them, to speak to them, find out what's going on with them.
Right.
And he spends a lot of time in the Rusty Nail because, well, he can't always get what he needs for his people from the Langstroth. So he has to, find other ways to get it, and just make deals and keep your ear on the what's going on the underbelly of things, and keep an eye on that Johnstone guy too.
Yeah, it's just what it takes, man. I'm down with you. I get it. Fantastic. Actually, I like this setup.
Actually, I just remembered that I said I was doing touch, and it doesn't look like I spend a lot of time with live people.
Maybe there are a lot of people who go by the catacombs.
No,
Apparently, there's two of us already.
this is just where you can be
Change
found.
those.
This is not necessarily where you spend your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's only where we can be found.
By the other characters.
Look. Here's what I'm saying.
There, but you can find me there.
We can only afford to build so many sets, okay?
All right.
When we're shooting, we got a show to shoot, and there's only so many sets we can build. There you go. I actually like how that sets up. It's pretty keen.
Okay, I can accept it.
All right. So cool. Awesome.
I also decided to change from the dining hall to the cactus gardens because I think that's more interesting and it doesn't have enough love yet. So.
All right. Fair enough. All right. That brings us to something that does have a whole lot of love and terror. Love and terror. Hey, haven't I heard that before? Anyway, aside from Eric being loved and feared, now we need to come up with something for our characters. You'll see on your sheet there's a slot for wish or fear. This is something you need to come up with that states either a wish or fear your character has about the kingdom's future. Now, this is important. It's a lot more important than the character generation section of the book actually says, because your wish or fear is a hook that gets you into the crossroads. It's why your character cares about what's going on in a lot of ways. For some characters, Oldman, for example, I think his fear... He could go with the obvious fear, like I fear that bees becoming more integral to apoetic culture, or the bees taking over the hive, or whatever. That's straightforward and reasonable. There is one significant limitation on your wish or fear, and that limitation is it can't be about a specific person, including yourself. It has to be about the judgment of the people, or what could happen to the kingdom as a result of this or that, but not about a single person. For instance, I wish to be CEO, or I wish to be rich. Both of them are wrong, because they're not about the kingdom. They're about you. And I like the example that they give here. Fearing that Lord Varney will take the crown is a bad fear, because it's about a specific character. But fearing that the kingdom will follow a depraved and weak leader is great. And I will tell you why it's great. It's because other people can play off of that. Fears and wishes are what people use to get you involved, and they are also what you can be bribed or threatened with. Did I mention that there's some bribing and threatening in this game? I may have thrown that out there.
You might have mentioned that.
Maybe
once.
once. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe once.
It's something you need to keep in mind. So I'm going to start with myself. I'm going to start with Harlan's wish or fear. And in his case, he fears that... Oh, jeez. Man, I'm just thinking here. He fears that the members of the Langstroth family will sublimate their individuality to an ever-increasing hive identity. Oh! Actually, no. Make that the members of the community in general. Because I can.
Okay. Excuse me.
All right, so that's me out of the way. Key?
I'm trying to think of a way to express my wish appropriately.
Let's start inappropriately and work backwards.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, my character really would like the whole human bee psychic connection to be a thing.
You want an even greater human bee psychic connection.
Yes, I'm all about forging a deeper bond.
Okay.
You get a psychic link. You get a psychic link.
All right.
So
Interesting.
so it sounds like your wish should be something along the lines of, I wish that humans and bees could communicate better with each other.
No, I think she was pretty specific about that psychic bond thing.
Mhm.
All right. So you wish for humans and bees to have an ever greater psychic bond. Oh yeah, characters with directly opposing wishes and fears. Thumbs up.
I'm not saying I want us to be more hive-like. I'm interested in humans and bees having a more equal relationship.
That's different.
Blasphemy.
Still can be it still can be conflicting.
We love conflict. It's good. It's fine.
But
You're
can I
good.
actually say it like that?
Why not?
Okay.
It's
Tasty
about-
Warm,
conflict.
fuzzy, be human unity.
It's about the community. It's about the kingdom. So yeah, that's totally desirable.
She wants everybody to belong together.
Behave.
I'm glad we can rely on someone for terrible bee puns.
That's inevitable in this thing.
I live but to serve.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
How often do you have to use that line?
Drones. All right, that's key. Eric, wish or fear?
I fear that the old simple form of humanity will hold us back and lead to extinction in this modern cruel world.
Okay, but what does that have to do with the kingdom?
Fucking humans.
No, you got to tie. It needs to tie to our community.
Hmm.
I think it does.
I think it does.
Rephrase it for me. Focus it down.
Yeah, it can. You just got to narrow it down a bit, I think.
Are
Okay.
you concerned that the hive will fail if we don't hybridize?
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. You can phrase things aggressively. It's okay. It's all right. Aggression is good. Aggressive framing, aggressive staging. It's all good.
I'll go more aggressive. I fear the hive will fail if we don't aggressively hybridize.
All right.
No
Although you might put it the
trepidation.
other way.
It's very different. A wish and a fear are different things. So.
I just figures old humans fucked everything up. We
So
need
is
to be
it a-
better, faster, stronger.
Is it a
fuzzier.
wish or a fear?
More
Fear.
fuzzy.
Fear. Good. And
I
have
said that.
fuzzier
I said
butts.
that 3 times. Fear.
Just making sure. Fuzzier butts will help humanity ascend. Gotcha.
Also stings.
Spencer?
They could
You
be
know, my
sti-
first several thoughts, I realized none of them would work because they were all related to either the past of the colony, I wish they would come back, or specific persons, I wish they would come back. So I've decided to go kind of for the more almost outrageous, but still I think ties to the hive nicely, because I fear that the hive will run out of honey, which I love on my porridge, so I don't want us to run out.
Okay. Who's that?
Well, one of the
Alright.
threats is a swarm.
Yeah.
That would do it.
So if
Yeah.
we have a significant population leave,
Or if something happens to the colony, yeah.
You're assuming that I'm there enough to actually know that anything's happening to the bees. I
I'm
just
not
want there to be
saying
honey
you
on my
know.
morning porridge.
No, he's a loony, but I'm just saying it can work.
Trying to make sure that we understand how it can work. We have to say these things out loud.
from the
Can't
point
assume.
of view of players,
Todd, Johnstone Oldman.
Yeah,
Stone or Johnston?
John Stone.
Wishes or fear?
Does this work? Wishes to convince the human population of the kingdom that their future, their birthright, is jeopardized by any and all interaction with apoids.
I'm totally okay with that. That's awesome.
I wish to draw a hard, firm line between the species.
Does that work? Because I think that might refer to himself too much. I wish to convince them, which I
wish-
think
That's
specifically
easy.
works
Wish
on him.
them to be convinced.
You wish
Yeah,
them
that-
to be convinced?
Yeah.
wishes the human population of the kingdom to realize.
Doesn't care if he
Yeah.
does it, but he cares if it happens.
Yeah.
Johnstone
Basically,
is all
rejecting
about
hybridization.
the segregation.
It'll make the game much more interesting.
The fact that we have a lot of dynamics which are pulling and pushing on that is good setup. It's good initial setup there.
Them's fighting words.
And that's why it's awesome. Terry, wishes and fears.
I wish that the drones will gain a greater place in the hive.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's a perfectly reasonable wish. Fantastic. All right. So he's simple, straightforward, and ready to go. I like this guy.
Well, he had a lot of time to think.
Yeah. Next up, the other important thing about who we are as characters, we have an issue. A personal issue that holds us back.
Please don't say it's you don't like to talk.
No. No. As we have
Oh,
determined,
damn, that was going to be mine. Jeez.
as we have determined, that never
Darn
ends
it.
well. It could be a personality flaw. Like you have a death wish. I know nothing about that. Or you could have a difficult personal relationship. A brother who's a bum, or a harridan of a mother, or somebody that you feel responsible for and bound to, and it's actually holding you back.
What is your cross to bear?
What is your cross to bear is a great way to put it. It's not about outside forces stopping you. No, I know that's easy to get into. It's something about you that sabotages you. So if the problem is, your good for nothing brother, your problem is not that your good for nothing brother is actively holding you back. It's that you can't just say get the hell out and get a job. I think we've all been there. Just saying. So your issue is something that somebody else can mess with, basically, as is most of the interesting things on this in these characters. Harlan's issue is that he's a sex addict.
Woohoo!
And he has literally a personal compulsion, not just to bed, but impregnate as many women as possible.
That's a lot of waggling.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's why we find him in the waggle.
Oh, dear.
Can he afford child support on his salary?
He's a Langstroth.
Drones.
Hey!
And at some point, an actual person with any familiar with bees are going, that's not what drones are. But
What's your
anyway.
point? Hey, I'm trying to get this series picked up by Fox. What do you want?
Oh,
Why is that going to be canceled after one season? Come on.
If we're lucky.
HBO. Let's go HBO.
Good point. Yeah.
Sax. Come on, you want Sax.
True Blood is still
No.
running, so yeah, I probably do.
All right.
or the CW. We just make everyone younger.
I can't be that pretty.
Well, who
Not
said
possible.
you'd be playing it?
I'm writing it. Anyway, Key. Issues.
Okay. I have a profoundly low self-esteem.
A profoundly low self-esteem.
Because of mommy/sister issues.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's what happens when you're like the seventh daughter.
Like living in the South.
Hey, at least you're the
Oh.
seventh. What do you think happened up to numbers 8 through 100?
Drones.
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 Hey, we're still human, okay?
At least for now. All right, Eric, lay it on us.
And I
Lack
said
of empathy.
Sorry.
Lack of empathy is holding you back.
Yep, people don't like me.
Okay. Interesting.
because I don't seem to give a shit about how anyone feels. I have difficulty identifying what people feel and don't spend the effort to work around that a lot of the time.
Eric has decided to play me.
Yeah.
Congratulations. At least you got plenty of experience seeing it.
Mhm.
I guess I should type my issue.
Yeah. Spencer.
I could give you the sentence that I have written here, but I'm going to go into a whole long diatribe to explain it first and then
Oh,
tell
no.
you
Oh
what it is.
joy! I'm so
Spencer.
glad to hear
No,
that.
it's great.
So you need to learn to edit yourself, bro. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know. Well, no, my issue stands from the fact that everyone I kind of love has died, and I have nothing to do because, again, matriarchal society. So I just kind of let go of reality, and I have no real willingness to continue living, but I'm still here.
Would you like a death dong?
No, I'm not suicidal. I'm just tired of life.
He has the ennui.
Ennui.
On we.
I got it. Todd,
Can we name other characters in here?
in your issue,
Issue?
you probably could. I'm not sure that'd be the best option. Key, is that you hissing? Somebody's hissing.
I don't know. Is
Must
it
be me because I don't hear it. Let me mute and see if it
Alright.
shuts up.
Okay,
Seems to be
tell me what you think of this. Key, I'm going to ask your permission on this one. I think that Johnstone and Mellifera actually once had a torrid affair, and he tried to sway her over to his side of things, but couldn't convince her. They parted ways, but he still loves her and wouldn't want to see her harmed.
Aw.
I'm disgustingly okay with this.
Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
fine.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things you don't want to be public because
You
for
know-
obvious reasons.
Absolutely not.
That's way better than the history I saddled on Spencer the last time.
Oh,
we
that
played.
was so much fun, though. We've got to get back to that at some point. That seems more like a bond than an issue, but since you wouldn't have a bond with Kiyomi,
You know what? I'm down with it. I'm good with it. It's cool.
If I'm trying to destroy the apoetic culture, but she's part of it.
Yeah, I like tension. It's good.
And very
Conflict.
for it.
All right. Cool.
Had irreconcilable differences.
Yeah, to put it mildly. Cool. I like this issue. This is a good issue. All right. And that brings us to Terry.
Zachariah has a messiah complex.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. How does that, just as a quick thought, how does it hold you back? Give me a couple of quick examples.
Well, basically, he thinks that he has to fix everything. He's the only one that can fix anything. He sees the truth of things. He has his finger on the pulse of what's going on more so than anybody else, and he's basically got his fingers in too many pies.
Wow. Given that he is the power, or one of the two powers here, yeah, that's not going to end well for somebody. I like it.
yeah.
Dipshit politician, okay.
Oh, no, worse than that. Dipshit union leader.
Dipshit politician, yes.
Yeah, he's earnest.
Yeah, he's worse than
Oh yeah, he's 100% earnest. I mean, he thinks he's he's definitely not a dipshit, but he's well over his head. He has no idea,
I
how
love
bad
it.
Like I said,
how bad things are.
I love it. It's great. This is going to end horribly. Cool. All right. Now, you'll also note that you have a slot for a bond. That person technically would be the person on your left. Because we do top to bottom. And the person on your left would be clockwise. That would be the person below you, underneath you.
Dang it.
Yeah. Yeah. So you get to define the person, the relationship with the person on your left / bottom. Which is going to be interesting because Terry is going to have a relationship with Harlan, or Zachariah
Right.
will have a relationship with Harlan, and this is
Right.
going to be interesting. So I will start because I'm starting at the top. Harlan and Mellifera. Ooh, I've got to figure out how they are. Well, there's
Come
an
on.
obvious way to do it.
Yeah.
Malephera is Harlan's sister.
There you go.
Oh, on my character sheet, I established that I have 15 siblings.
Oh yeah, that works out really well.
We could all be
Um,
There's
I'm
9 of us. I'm the 15th, but the 7th daughter.
I'm going to make a
Alright.
suggestion to everyone here. Since there's only one spot for, even though there's only one spot, I guess, for bonds at the bottom, I suggest you add another to record the bond that the other person is making with you, just so that you have it handy on your character sheet
I'm
there.
sure they'll remind me. And if not, they better be interesting. All right, Key, your relationship with Trafine.
Oh my god, stop this spreadsheet. Don't do that. Okay, Eric, how do you say your name? Because everyone is saying it differently.
Trifine.
Okay.
Emphasis first syllable, long I, second syllable.
Trefine? What?
Yeah, it's a soft eye.
That would be Trifin. Let's do Trifine. Trifine. Let's just settle on Trifine.
Okay, like morphine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Atropine.
Yeah, a hole in the head, morphine, that works.
Yeah.
Okay,
The woodwolf.
I really
Trepine.
respect your work, Trifine. I think we all have a lot to learn from you.
Oh dear.
I'm definitely not a vampire.
Not a vampire. Are we playing Magicka now? I don't know.
Yes.
And
You have lots of-
when I have opportunities, I sometimes go be your lab minion.
Oh dear. That's a hell of a relationship. Okay, Eric. Between Trafine and Peter Quintus Jared Langstroth.
Not a particularly empathetic person, but the old fart when he was a little saner was nice to me. So I try to keep him from falling off of things and pissing off the wrong matriarch. I just feel weirdly protective of him.
Okay. Peter Quintus Jared Langstroth, your relationship with Johnston Oldman.
This will be good.
It actually is. Back before he lost grip, let go of reality, he didn't lose his grip. He let it anyway. But we actually used to study together, and we actually had many of the same philosophies on life.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
All right. Johnston Oldman, your relationship with Zachariah Hellstrom. That's you, Tom.
I identify Zachariah and the drones with the oppressed human laborers of revolutionary history. And I've been working very hard to get the drones to join with the humans in overthrowing their leaders. I've been doing this by getting drunk with him. So we're drinking buddies.
Not the worst plan I've ever heard. Also, now we need a fan artist to draw a picture of Zachariah in the Shay style for t-shirts. Zachariah Hellstrom, leader of the drones. Anyway, all right, Zachariah, your relationship with Harlan Langstroth. Your bond, rather.
Yeah. Of all the Langstroth, Harlan seems to have the most perspective, except for that mad nut job, Peter. But Harlan, Zachariah sees Harlan as the most approachable of the Langstroths, and they work together on when Zachariah has an issue that he needs to basically push upstairs. He goes to Harlan.
See.
So he's a friendly acquaintance in the ruling power.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, Alex.
Yes.
What is Harlan's birth order?
I hadn't really. It's nothing notable, so certainly not near
Well-
the beginning and not near the end. Somewhere in the middle.
8.
Okay.
He
He's
is
eight.
not notable in any significant way in that sense.
He's number 8.
Yeah, somewhere in there makes sense.
I just wondered if you were, well, how much older you were.
Yeah. Cool. All right, that actually gets our characters lined with each other. We know what our role is.